You wanted bigger and better things.
Yeah.
Need for Speed is the joint. It's coming out March 14th.
Oh, yeah.
Just in time for spring break.
Yeah.
And you guys seem like you had a ton of fun doing the movie. Like, like when you're on a set with a bunch of people for a bunch of days, it seems like, a bond gets built. Like, who did you click up with the most out of everybody in the cast?
Man, I can't pick. We all kind of hit it off at different moments. It's crazy because, I've done projects and I've been blessed on every project. I've made a friend, at least one or two, and everybody's been sweet and nice and they've embraced me. And so like with Need for Speed, man, there's nobody in particular. Aaron, Ramon, Harrison, Rami. It was just a great crew of dudes. They're all my boys. I just talked to them all yesterday. Like, we're tight, and this thing is gonna go the distance. Need for Speed is gonna be a franchise that's around for a while, so
I can't wait.
I'm excited to just get back on set with those dudes.
That's what's up. Now, anybody who follows your movements also knows that you've maneuvered through Hollywood quite well.
Yeah.
And when I say maneuvered through Hollywood, you've had some bad females.
Oh man,
Just real quick. And I'm probably saying her name wrong. Imogen Putin. Is that her name?
Imogen Poots.
Imogen Poots.
Yeah.
Yo, she's on my radar now. At first, I noticed her because she was just in that movie, that awkward moment.
Yes.
But I think she was talking English in that movie.
Yeah.
Now
well, she's British.
She was using she was speaking American English in that movie.
Yeah.
Now she was British, and they're just like, whoa. I didn't peep that the first time. So like, no sparks on the set between.
No. I'm not one of those guys. I don't. I'm very respectful of my female co-stars, and even with How to Make It with Lake when we had that relationship in the second season. I don't think there was a scene that went by where I was like, "Are you okay? Are you comfortable?"
Yeah.
Just to make sure that she knew that I wasn't a pervert, and that I wasn't like.
That's important.
Being weird, because I understood the situation. And even though I can't say that my emotions didn't develop while you're filming these scenes with people and stuff, but you don't act on them. You just use it for the scene, and you become friends with these people. And Lake is someone who I hold very dear to me. But we had a job,
right? And
it was very professional. And she had a boyfriend, and I had my girlfriend, and it was none of that,
You're going to go far in this business. I mean, you're already going. Like, some people don't get it. Some people is like, all right, I'm in there. Smutfest. They try to get as popping as much as they can, man. But that's dope.
Man, you gotta have self-control. We're all adults, man. And then, the thing is, if you start building up that rep, nobody's going to want to work with you.
True.
You know what I'm saying?
This is true.
Female actresses will get scared. They'll be like, oh, man, it's this dude. Every movie he does, he tries to get at his co-star. And it's
Steven
like
Seagal
weird.
has that weird stigma on him.
Well, he's Steven Seagal, though. If I was Steven Seagal,
you can do what you want.
Oh, I'd be walking up on chicks with swords. I'd be trying to impress them all. You want to see some kung fu? That was my Steven Seagal impression.
If they ever do like another, because like every now and then
terrible Steven Seagal.
But Steven Seagal, like every 5 years, does a movie with a rapper. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like, yo, Kid Cudi could be the dude.
Holler at me, bro. Holler at me. Let's do this.
All right, I know you got to get out of here, so I got a couple more quick questions for you. I got one serious question, not a serious question, but a question, then a lightning round. All right, March Madness is coming up. If you were the coach and you could put together a team of 5 rappers that you think could take anybody in the world, who would be on that starting 5?
I'm not into sports, but I know a lot of young brothers in hip hop that can ball. If I was a coach, I would definitely.
I'm talking about lyrics.
Oh, you talking about? I thought you were talking about actual like rappers that can hoop. Oh, okay.
Wale would not be on that list. Did you see him in the All-Star game?
No. He was playing?
Oh, he was there. He was on the court. He had the ball.
He didn't show up.
He played like the Washington Generals. It was
man,
terrible.
He stay on ESPN. What's up, Wale, man? What's good?
So you guys are cool now, because I know there was like a weird riff for a second. Y'all straight?
For me, there was never really, a really big issue. I'm just super honest. So when that interview came out, I wasn't really trying to attack him as a person. I was dealing with some things, and my mind was still in a coke haze. You know what I mean? Like, I was done with the coke, but it was like, I had just, like, my last bump of coke was like 2 weeks before that interview. So, like, I was still kind of on one, and I was just rapid fire saying a lot of things and not really thinking about, who I was attacking. And you know, I even think in retrospect I might have read his line wrong. But at that time, I didn't care to think about it. I just focused on the fact that he mentioned me in such a way in his music where it could have got twisted and people thought that it was something more than what it was. And I think that's what I should have said. But, you know, me and Wale have reconciled, and I care for him a great deal, and I'm really happy to see him out doing his thing still. I love the dude. And Wale, if you're watching, you already know it's all love. And you start with these guys, and some people you stick with, some people you don't. You know, so Wale is definitely somebody I'm always going to be supporting from afar, regardless.
It's cool to see brothers like be able to reconcile and put their differences aside and be like, hey, let's have a conversation, let's have dialogue before it gets crazy.
Because it can get petty. It can. At the end of the day, like, we make music. It's like,
it's the funnest job in the world.
Like, it's competitive. Like, it's like, you know, you got these guys that take things so serious with like, oh, I'm the best and I'm this and blah, blah, blah. It's like, yo, bro. Your shelf life in the business is like what, 5 to 8 years tops. You know, you need to start figuring out what you're gonna do after.
Right.
You know what I mean? And a lot of these guys, they're so in the moment, they don't think like that. It's so like, I'm this and I'm that and I'm this and I'm that, and they're so stuck up their own asses, and it's just sad to see because, you know, for someone like myself who's gonna be here forever, whether I'm physically on Earth or not, it's just sad to see because, you know, the world needs more timeless music, and we don't have much of it because people are so stuck up their ass.
Well played. Now back to the starting five. If you was to put together a rap team that could take out anybody on the planet, who would be on this team?
Let's see. I like Logic. He would be on there.
He's dope.
I'm picking a lot of new guys. A lot of new guys. Let's see. Chip definitely be on
Chip
there.
the rapper?
King Chip, yeah. He'd definitely be on there. He's my fave. Because I'm also thinking about who's worthy of getting a shout out.
Because you about to break some people.
I instantly change lives as soon as I say their name. Let's see. Audio Push, Hit Boy, and them.
They're dope.
They're awesome.
They're really dope.
I just actually did a record with them, and it's really good.
Is it gonna be on your album or this?
Oh, I don't know. I'm probably just gonna keep doing records with them, and we'll see what happens. But I love those dudes because you know why? Their hearts are in the right place.
And they go for it.
And I meet a lot of people in this business whose hearts are not in the right place, and you could tell it, and you don't want to be around it, and that's why I'm dolo. I don't have a posse of dudes with me. I'm one man. You know what I mean? Yeah. Even if I was to have a problem with anyone in this business, I don't care if they have a posse. It's always me. Just me. You know what I mean? So, like, I really cling to people who have good hearts and who are super creative. That's, like, sold for me, you know. So those guys, Hit Boy, Audio Push, they would definitely be on there because they got an energy, you know. They got something.
It's a breath of fresh air, man. I heard a freestyle he did on Cosmic Kev's show, and it was dope. You know, they had their first little warm up round, and then once they warmed up, it was on, and it was real freestyle. It wasn't like his verse 7
off the dome.
Track 8. It was like, you know, real raps. Good to hear that. So that's
how I started, off the dome raps. There was no time to, you know, have to go write something. And also, I smoke. I can't remember every rap I write. You know, and so it's really like the excitement of being in there, in the gauntlet, so to speak, and having to, on a whim, come up with stuff. And from the freestyling, it helped me develop my improv skills with acting. Because now I'm in the moment and I can think of stuff. That's how I got into music.
So you super like took it serious. Like you did improv classes and all that stuff?
Well, if you call freestyle battles improv classes,
it is.
What I mean? Yeah. At
really
the end of the day, it's training your mind to be quick, you know what I mean, and witty, and all those things play in music and in film.
Well, yo, let's get it popping. You name 4, we'll take 4.
I'll take 4 because these guys, there's not many. There's not many guys out there that really have something worth saying. I made sure to choose people that have a story and aren't just rapping and just wasting breath and just, you know, wasting my time.
Something you can remember and take with you. It's important. That's what made Slick Rick so great.
Yeah.
He didn't have that very many raps about how great he was. It was mostly stories, and you took those with you.
Oh, because he wasn't full of himself. Even when he was swagged out and confident, it didn't come off that way. You know,
there's an 8-foot tall man standing outside this door, and I think he wants you.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna fire these questions.
No, he's good. He's good. He's good.
Right, cool.
Keep going.
Who you think would win between a fight between him and, like, I don't know, who has the WWE title right now? John Cena.
I think him and Stone Cold Steve Austin, that would be a good wrestler.
Katie's on the camera. Can you get a video of this guy?
Can you get a photo of Vic's face right there? Yeah.
They stopped making people that tall after the Bible,
Yeah.
man. It's like
He's a handsome guy. He looks friendly, but I feel like he can rip someone apart with his bare hands. That's why he's hired.
you need one person like that on the team. Like, yo, I'm going to holler at... No, I ain't.
Yeah.
All right, so here's the lightning round. I'm going to ask you a question. You say the first thing that comes to mind. My favorite meal is...
Pizza. That's bad. That's bad.
Who makes the best pizza in your opinion?
I don't want to say because ain't nobody cutting no checks. Next one.
There it is. The one thing I'm afraid of is...
Oh man. I'm not really afraid of anything.
That's what's up. And that one video where you was like, you fought like 34 dudes. It was off. It was off the Wizard album. Yo,
It was Mr. Rager, the video that we did. Yeah.
Yeah, so it was great.
Thank
My
you.
guilty pleasure is.
My what?
My guilty pleasure is.
My guilty pleasure. It's definitely candy, all sorts, like Nerds and like Mentos and like treats like that.
Nerds is the old school classic. I was just watching a show called Broad City the other day. And they they broke into someone's house and there was like a big thing of Nerds and they ate like 8 handfuls.
That's
of it.
my problem. I can't pass up Nerds. It's bad.
Shout out to everybody that has diabetes who's about to get it. The thing that gets on my nerves the most is
Phony people.
word. My celebrity crush is
Myself.
bam. If I was stranded on an island, the top 3 things I would want is
God, and God.
so you need sometimes. Ladies and gentlemen, March 14th is when the movie drops. It's called Need for Speed. See it 3 times. Like, I saw it the other day, and I'm excited about seeing it
Well, you
again.
got to see it in 3D.
Oh, snap.
When it comes out on the 14th. You guys have been seeing the screenings without the 3D because it's still being worked on. But when the movie drops, it's going to be in 3D, and you should definitely see it.
So will they make a game based on the movie?
We're working on an add-on with EA Sports where kids will be able to, I mean, this is a little early on. I think it would be okay to talk about it. Where kids will be able to, you know, either race as Aaron's character or get advice from his character in some way, shape, or form while they play the game. And then my character will be like the wingman guiding them through the game and looking out for cops and stuff.
Sometimes does that happen where you've had to actually like, physically throw someone off?
Not often where I have to physically get to them. I mean, we've been good. You know, the tour that I just did was actually the most successful with, you know, not having so many people
behaving themselves.
It was only one incident and out of what, like 30 plus shows. So that's those are good stats. We used to have every other show and it was always either doing pursuit or like up and away. It was always someone. And I just think it's, you know, just to explain, you know, my thought process on that and why I react the way I do. It's like, you know, this is your job when you're on the stage.
Right.
And how would you like it if someone had walked into your work and interrupted you in the middle of you doing your job? Or you on the radio or somebody is coming in here and you're in the middle of doing an interview. You know, you're live.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, it's just obnoxious. It's not cool. And I don't have any remorse with how I react.
I think what made it cooler is that you were in costume when it happened.
Yeah.
So it took the fact that it was cool and made it even cooler. It's like, that man's wearing a spacesuit.
Well, for me, it was like a moment where I realized I was in the suit, and I was like, you know, this is pretty cool because you see this suit that looks like you're ready for action, and all people see me is like smiling and prancing around on stage, and they finally see it in action.
The switch,
It was
switch,
like,
man.
yeah. Well, I got this switch, man. I go from like being really cool to being really intense. I can get intense and angry really fast. I had anger problems when I was a kid. I've learned to control them. But when I'm in a certain situation, I can't help myself. And that was me on autopilot. I wasn't thinking, and I didn't want to hit the boy. And I kind of looked in his face, and I saw in his eyes, you know, just this look like kind of like, what you gonna do? He kind of looked at me like that.
Right.
And that threw me off. I was just like, oh my goodness, you know. So at that point, I was just like, I just got to get this boy off my stage quick, fast, so I can make it back in time to finish my verse. And that's really how all I was thinking.
And it was fast in business.
I'm not trying to assault nobody or anything like that. I understand people get excited, but you might just get tossed off the stage.
Makes a great story to tell at your family reunions. Ladies and gentlemen, Kid Cudi, Need for Speed, March 14th. I can't wait till that new album drops because I need some more motivational music.
Oh, you got it.
Listen to I'm in the gym, man.
It's coming. It's coming, man. Very, very, very soon.
Kid Cudi, Headkrack's hip hop spot. Peace and love.
Owner seems to free his mind at night.